This is Steve Taylor. He's got 15 years total of the experience of right where you were from the beginning and all the way to being a very good, successful guy with a stable income, I can guarantee it. He's got a full-time professional job in the top 15, top 20 corporation management. And he still spends the time to accumulate, and you will learn and see more of him in the subscription and in the group, in the circles and that sort of thing. And he has a real good way of gently telling people how to do things. I'm Bob, the senior corner. I've got about 35 years experience, and I wish everybody a chance to be able to do really well. Steve, tell me about your first property that you'd like to talk to everybody about. And by the way, we're the support group. The two guys are the experts, and the other two young guys are right where you are, and you'll see them grow right in front of your eyes, and I hope you grow with them. Steve?
Well, thank you, Bob. Yeah, as you see, as you look into the website, you'll see where right out the beginning it talks about purpose, it talks about balance, benefits, and support. And this was something that I've learned throughout the years in investing in real estate. Again, as you said, I started about 14 years ago. Again, I had, and you'll see this also in the videos, in talking with Zach, I started about 10 years ago, 10 years into the work. I had read a couple books, decided that I needed something else, so decided to start in real estate for the passive income that would generate, and it really has been very fruitful for me along the way.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Passive income. That's where you get income every day, 365 a year, because you did some work 10 years ago and you're still getting paid well for it?
Exactly. And you're not actually working every single minute for that income.
See, in my neighborhood, I come from a low-income foster child background, and words like passive income are a little bit lofty for me, but it's normal to him. He's got a good education. So go ahead, Steve. I'm sorry.
Right. So again, that allowed me to focus on real estate, and then I had purchased a single family in my very first endeavor, and they got my feet wet. It got me comfortable investing in real estate.
Did the same
and then
thing.
The very next year, I purchased my first quad.
Which is how many apartments?
It was 4 units. This was a four
Four
unit.
apartments?
Yes, it was a 4 units, single family, unit, 1 unit for each apartment. And again, very successful. It allowed me to bought it correctly, and it allowed me to generate.
You mean you had good advice on that?
Exactly.
Would you mind telling who the advisor was, the mentor?
That one I had just learned. Well, look, I was really the mentor on the first one because I realized that the single family, I wanted to generate a little more income.
So you would say if you had this type of thing available 10 years later.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's what we're trying to
Oh my
talk
gosh.
about.
It would have been so.
So
amazing.
you learned it the hard way.
I learned it a little bit the hard way. So.
Well, you're smarter than the average person, so you tried it the hard way.
Yeah. So once you learn, and you say, hey, there's a little better way, and then the second one, I just happened to do it right. Still generated $700-800 a month in income, steady.
So that's 700 or 800 from that one property every month for the last 10 years?
That's correct. That's correct.
Wow.
And this is.
Would you multiply that for me?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's not roughly 9,600 times 10 years. That's $96,000. It's gone in your account.
That's gone into my account. At National Bank.
So, you didn't flip it?
No, I'm gonna never flip this.
Oh, you want another $10,000 a year for the next 10 years.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, that property is worth over $1 million in your lifetime, isn't it?
Exactly.
So you made the right decision?
Absolutely.
Good for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I look to do that over and over again. So,
Do you mind telling me how many you got?
8 total.
8.
Now.
If I'm not mistaken now, you're planning on them in retirement and currently?
No idea or even thought of getting rid of them. Yes.
Oh, you have this idea every month? Well, you mind if I do some quick math?
Sure.
See, I've been around a long time, and I deal with this organic. I don't really deal with the technical. I have other. I do know technical. Don't get into a battle with me. But the fact is, I just use some what I call 10 and 10 mathematics I learned as a kid in the neighborhood. So you have 8 properties, and they bring in $800 a month. That's 6,400 times 12 that goes in your pocket. And there's another thing that goes on. You're paying a mortgage to a bank because they fund all the money, not your money.
That's correct.
So you got to pay them back on a 20-year loan. Oh, so that's okay, isn't it?
No
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. And you still make 800. You pay them. You pay the maintenance. You pay the property manager. You pay everybody. You got to pay them on time because you want them to give good service to your tenants. And your tenants are older.
Yes.
Good. So the reason they're older is you can go to the bank, get the money easily. You did that after you found that out from another mentor, didn't you?
Yes.
Who was that?
Sitting next to me.
Yeah, he's sitting right next to you. So you can go to a bank and he gave you a whole pile of money recently, didn't he?
Yes.
Would you mind telling me that you refinanced all 8 properties, you lowered your payments, and you put more money in your pocket? So now you want to take care of properties a little better. You want to find some more seniors.
Right. That's correct.
So you know how to do this step by step, right? It's like turning on the switches.
It's a winning equation.
So this is what we're going to be doing as a sport group, you and I. We're going to be turning on the switches so that they know what the switches are. They're easy to understand. Okay, an example is we'll tell you how to find a property, how to pay the proper price, how to get the proper financing, how to acquire it, how to get it fixed up to the code for seniors, how to rent it out, and how not to have the headaches, and how to have a good property manager. And then 8 months to 9 months after you own it, you go into a bank and you tell them what you have because you've been depositing money in their bank. And so therefore you're entitled to a little bit of service. And once they find out you're renting to seniors, they gave you a pile of money, right?
Yes.
So you're looking how many properties a year now? You were doing 1 a year. Now last year you did 2. And how many are you going to do this year?
2. The game plan is 2 here on out.
Okay, so you have a full-time job, which is management, 60 hours a week, and you're still doing this?
Yes.
I see. So do you have any worries about your retirement?
No.
That covers the benefit, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Do you like having about 12 grand a month in your pocket extra from over and above your job?
Of course, yes.
So you worked the last 10 years, 1 a year, now 2 a year because you want to finalize it up and retire early?
Absolutely.
You remember when I retired?
Yes.
1986.
1986.
I went to work on it in 1979 in the reading process, and I'm a little fanatical. Plus, I don't deal with a full-time job like Steve does. I go at something and I give it, pardon the expression, HE double. And at the end of 6 years, I own 30 properties. So you can do it. But we'll tell you to go slow, go proper.
Go at your pace.
Go at your pace. Put together 10 properties in 10 years, and you'll collect $6 or $8 million in your lifetime. So with that, I'd like to say thank you, and thank you, Steve. Does that do it?
Yes.
And Steve has a nicer way of saying things, and I'm sorry, but I'm an old generation. I'm called the wisdom corner. But I want to see everybody do well, and I want to see a whole lot of older people taken care of. And there are 56 million people who will retire and within a year won't have any money other than Social Security. So they need people like us to take care of properties when they downsize.
Yes.
So I thank you for your time, Steve.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, sir. And we'll thank them for joining the organization, and you'll see us in the circle groups.